Okay, hello, my name's Milo. Welcome to the stream. Hope you're doing well today. I had 2 blue screen of death, full computer crashes this morning while playing Darksiders Genesis. So hopefully that does not happen during the stream. I reinstalled my graphics card driver. Maybe that'll help. Okay, so let's launch the game I'm actually playing today. This is like another version of it. What I'm playing is Sonic Unleashed, but it's the mobile version for mobile phones by Gameloft. There's a few different releases of this, and I've sort of investigated all the different releases, what's out there, and found that there's some different level design between them. So I'm actually going to try and play through 3 separate releases if I can. And it took a while to try and decide which versions I would play. I've got all these ROMs, and there's advantages and disadvantages to all of them. For example, some of them have a better screen format but don't play audio during gameplay. The one that I've chosen for the high-spec version is this one. There's the high-spec, the middle-spec, and the low-spec kind of skews of this game that were targeted at different phone models. This is one that could be played in widescreen, which is nice for a side-scroller that's fast-paced like this. The high-spec one in particular has horizontally aligned level design more so than the other ones, so I think it's a good one to pick the widescreen for. This is a 400 by 240 pixel resolution game designed for phones that you could hold sideways, but this particular one is also designed for touchscreens, which is going to impact gameplay a little bit. Before we get into it, I'll check out the about screens and stuff. The way I'm playing this one today is actually via K emulator. It is available on Carvey Break, the front end for preserving and archiving mobile phone games, and J2ME and all that. But they didn't have this particular widescreen high-spec version. So that's why I turned to my own personal stock of J2ME games and picked out this one. They do have several versions, but yeah, like I said, there's millions of versions of this game and other mobile games that's going to be hard to sort through. Hi Gibbon, how are you doing today? Hope you're well. I'm seeing a lot of what I would describe as Chinese names in here, so that would be maybe one of Gameloft's Chinese studios that was outsourced to develop this this game. Okay, so that's about. That was credits. In help, this is the controls. This is designed for a touchscreen interface, but luckily button controls set up in the K emulator do still work. So I'll be playing using those instead of clicking on the virtual screen. Not much in the way of options though. Oh, I can turn the joystick off. Oh, thank God. That's going to help a lot. I should show you what it looks like with the joystick on. And then I'll turn it off. That option does not appear in the in-game options, only in the menu options. So I'll just skip that. It takes up a lot of the screen and it's very distracting. I think I can turn the volume on the game up a little bit actually. So you can hear this awesome MIDI version of the Sonic Unleashed soundtrack. Gibbon says she wishes this were on DS. I totally agree with you, especially given what we're going to discover about the gameplay, which is inspired by Sonic Rush. Because as of this week, I've played every 2D Dimps game, and my favorites of them are the Sonic Rush games, Rush and Rush Adventure, and to a lesser extent, Colors DS and Generations 3DS. But Sonic Unleashed turns out to be a sort of Rush-inspired 2D version of what was originally like a 3D game, although it has 2D, 2.5D sections, but you know what I mean. Okay. So now that we're all set up, let's get started and we can watch the opening cutscene. So the high-spec version uniquely has this intro animation, Sonic the Hedgehog arrives at Dr. Eggman's giant spaceship for one last fight. But when the evil doctor... It's going to scroll pretty slowly. I'm going to be playing 3 different versions of this game today, Gibbon, by the way. The evil doctor steals all 7 Chaos Emeralds from him. Sonic becomes Werehog and falls down to Earth. Earth. Yeah, okay, I guess it's Earth. There's been some confusion about what Sonic's planet is for a while, but it's stupid. When Werehog wakes up, he meets a mysterious creature who lost his memory. Werehog gives him a new name, Chip, and promises to help him get his memory back. As the sun rises, Werehog changes back to Sonic. Alright, now I hope that giant graphic is now gone from the screen. Oh yeah, there's an intro cutscene in the level. I don't know what's going on, but there's got to be a town around here somewhere. We can ask about your memory there. Okay, sure. I think I see a town up ahead, Sonic. Then let's get going. I haven't actually played Unleashed myself yet. Oh, it's still there. That sucks. Oh well, we'll have to live with it being there, unfortunately. Now, this version of the game does not support playing music and sound at the same time like other versions do, but what it does have are these beautiful backgrounds. As we can see, we're in Chun-Nan right now, which is a location in the Mobius / Sonic's world or whatever, which is inspired by China, clearly. There's multiple routes on the level, which is nice. Let's try and go the upper route. You can bounce on these drums. But yeah, the different versions of the game, I've tried out the first level in a bunch of different versions and identified 3 separate kind of releases for the game. So yeah, there's this grinding, there's boosting, which you do by pressing 5, and Sonic gets this effect around him. That's the red meter over there. So that's, of course, something that originally started in Rush. You can spin dash by holding down, and Sonic will automatically charge a spin dash after a little while. Okay, so as you can hear, in this particular release of the game that I managed to find, it plays 1 loop of the music, and then it starts playing sound effects. I have found other versions that are capable of playing music and sound simultaneously, but none that are also widescreen like this. And I thought widescreen would be a good way to experience this high-spec version for the first time. Sadly, those screen graphics are going to stay there. Yeah. Hope that's not too distracting. Oh well, it's just a demonstration of the weird variance you get with these mobile games in this day and age. Oh yeah, and the cutscene text is in English, but the in-game UI text is in Spanish, I think, or Portuguese. Wait, trick bonus. I got some, but I didn't. Is there tricking in this game? In that case, it's even more of a Rush game. I don't think there is. I looked at the control screen, and there wasn't anything about it, right? Am I crazy? Okay. As night falls, Sonic begins to feel strange. His body starts to change, and his hair grows very long, almost like a werewolf. Okay. Who wrote this? He becomes irritable and temperamental. He is now Sonic the Werehog. Shock, horror. Actually, that's funny. In Twitch, in your dashboard, if you tag the game you're playing as Sonic Unleashed, it automatically gets the tag of horror, presumably because of the werewolf thing. I wouldn't describe it as horror per se myself, but anyway. Question mark, exclamation mark. Sonic? Nar. Whoa, Mr. Monster Guy is back. So when the sun goes down, I turn into this? Are you okay, Sonic? I'm fine, I just need to be careful who sees me like this. Well, who is gonna see him is some Eggbots over here. What the? My cat's going nuts in the other room. She must have found a nice little juicy prey to chase. So here are our enemies for these stages. We have attacks that we do by pressing 5. 5 was the dash button in the daytime stages. We also have a slam attack like that. I don't know what my meter does in Werehog mode. Oh, okay. You use up some to do a slam. And there's this grappling mechanic. Yeah, what reviews I've seen for this game note that it's similar to the console game in the sense that nobody likes the Werehog sections and they just wish they were playing the daytime sections instead. But that's just a questionable decision that's throughout every iteration of this project, so there's not much you can do about it, I guess. Even low-spec versions of the game still have Werehog levels. Oops. Yeah, it's easy to tap attack while you're in midair and accidentally do a slam instead of just attacking. Yeah, so we've got tempo is our time, velocita is our speed meter, and aneo is ring for our ring counter. The boost meter does not have a label, but it's the red meter on the right there. I don't know enough of the subtlety to tell you whether it is Spanish or Portuguese, but sound effects are nice now that we have them. I wish I was playing a version of the game that had both, but I do appreciate the widescreen even more than that. I'm going to prioritize that for this. Even though we have those ugly graphics over the screen. But, yeah, exactly. As Gibbon says, it's kind of amazing that they put a full Sonic game from scratch on mobile like this. Yeah, it's like it's a full game. Like, it's an original game in this style that's adapting Sonic Unleashed. It's a really unique, fun thing that... ooh, Namichi. Enemies. So while running, we have that dashing arm spin attack thing. But we also have a combo. Whoops. Oh. Combat is tricky.
It's really wet outside.
Yeah. We had hail here this morning, and the storm went through. It looks like it might even come back later in the day. It's kind of circled around, judging by the radar. 10 Namichis? Come on. Other versions of this game that are archived on Carvey Break are in Russian or Chinese language, which also extends to the story sequences. So this one, again, another reason to play this one, this particular version, is the the story scenes being readable in English. I should probably... I don't know where I exactly got this version that I'm playing now. I wish I could tell you, but there's a huge archive. Oh my gosh. Special mini-boss music. There's a big archive of J2ME mobile games on archive.org that's like 90 gigabytes or something. And, looking good. Kathy's ordered a photo printer thing. Little device for Fujifilm cameras. Well, originally it was for connecting to Fujifilm cameras. You can connect your phone and print anything on this one. Is that right? Yeah. This one's Pokemon branded. It comes with an ugly Pikachu case. You know those phone cases people have that are silicone and like have giant ears coming out the top and seem really impractical, but people like them for some reason? Well, it's like that, but for a little rectangular printer.
Here's the box.
Yeah.
Like 60%
Oh, gosh.
of it is the stupid Pikachu case.
Funny. If you can get a combo off, I think you can get some good damage in, but you have to wait until the robot's vulnerable. It's really just one of the normal robots, but gold. So it's not that special. But yeah, out of all the Sonic mobile games, and there's, I think, 20 or so of them on Carvey Break, this is the most substantial for sure. So I'm pleased to be able to play all of them, especially given the Sonic Rush similarities. Not evident right now, of course, but... when we're in the Sonic stages, then yes. Okay, so he's doing the run. After the run, he does a slam, then I'll try my slam. I actually missed. Oh well. Yeah, combo! Boom. Okay, one more. Buddy. He's doing the jump. I can crouch, by the way. But Werehog does not have a spin dash. I find it funny that the story scenes described Sonic's actions using the Werehog as like the name of the character. I don't know. That's a little odd. It's not like he's a different person, right? He's still Sonic. Okay. Oh, I got an emerald. I guess you automatically get them. Just like Blaze's soul emeralds in the original Rush. The sun finally rises. Werehog quiets down as he returns to normal. It's a good thing that the sun came up before Werehog destroyed everything in the jungle. What happened to me, Sonic asks. Well, maybe we'll find out. You may have noticed that we started in Chun-Nan. Oh, we're still in Chun-Nan. Okay, never mind. It's gone. What happened to me? Eggman, I must find the bad guy first. I thought we'd be moving on to a different world, but I guess there's more stages here. So yeah, there's going to be more to this game than I even expected, which is nice. I do know that there's 4 worlds in total, but I don't know how many levels are in each one. So in Sonic parlance, that would be 4 zones, and I don't know how many acts there are. But we've done 2 acts now in Chun-Nan. Boom. What was I saying? What? Oh, that's invincibility, which I guess the jingle for it didn't play. Too bad. Oh, these swinging vines, they're straight out of Rush Adventure. They might have been in Rush as well. This game, by the way, was released in 2009, but versions of it were also released in 2010. When I was testing the different, releases I've got, I saw both years. So that's after Rush and Rush Adventure, but it's before Dimps changed up the formula with Colors DS. So they made a lot of changes to their engine and the mechanics of how their 2D Sonic games, like 2D modern Sonic games, would work. Oh, this time we did get the jingle. Okay, that's good. There is an air mechanic, by the way. I haven't been underwater yet, but when you go underwater, a meter appears showing your air instead of just it being invisible, and then the countdown and the music and stuff. So there's an always visible meter. Oh, that was the end. Okay. Maybe we'll see some water mechanics at some point. You can't boost underwater, and you have like a slide instead of a spin dash, I believe. I'll check that when I can confirm it. Eggman has escaped to Athens, Greece. Wait, what? That's a real place on Earth. I thought they were all swapped out with like fakey Sonic versions of places, as in Chun-Nan subbing in for China. Is this right? Yeah, I'll confirm that given, but I'm not sure about boosting underwater. Anyway, we're in Greece apparently, or Apotos as it's called in the Unleashed console games. One of the most beautiful cities in the world. He uses his best robots and traps to stop Sonic from finding him, but Sonic fears nothing, apparently. Oh, they call it Sonic Boost instead of, well, it is just Boost. It wouldn't be Sonic Boost. Ah, whatever. Ignore me. Gosh, I'm dropping a lot of frames today. The internet is not being kind to my stream. I'm not sure how that works, if you lose footage or if it just gets behind. Oh well. What do you figure that was all about? The hair and those arms, and look at the Chaos Emeralds. So is this what you usually look like? Yeah, this is the real me. Pretty cool, huh? Wait, what? Chip's already seen the real Sonic. I'm confused. Or maybe he's just clarifying since he's seen both forms now. Whatever. I'm not going to question it too much. Alright, so here we are underwater. I'll try to boost. Yeah, you can boost. I think my problem when I tried doing it before was that my controller was bound to certain keys, but the emulator was also picking it up, and so it wasn't giving me the right functions. That has happened to me before with K emulator, and that's why I'm not using a controller right now. So yeah, forget about that not boosting underwater thing. It's all fine. I'll try and see what happens when... Yeah, okay. So I crouch. Okay, I can still spin dash. Never mind. There was some kind of like thing where he slid on his belly. I don't know how to trigger that though. So there's these large rings as well, which give you a bunch of rings at once. And yeah, I've noticed that... sorry. Ooh, just deal with that. There were those sort of water jets that burst you upwards, and those spirals. This is all very similar to the Water Palace in Sonic Rush, which itself was based on Greece, and then Apotos similarly is taking inspiration from Greece. That connection has been made by the fan game Sonic Rush 3D, which I played previously on stream last week. So that's interesting to note that there's similar gimmicks here that, are sort of inspired by how Water Palace was in Sonic Rush, which also came back in Generations on 3DS. And then tying that to Apotos, which appeared in the 3D Sonic Unleashed game. I don't know if that has water jets in the 3D game. Again, I haven't played those games yet, the HD one or the SD one, which are separate games with unique content and level design and stuff. Is that too loud now that... The invincibility jingle is, I think, a lot louder than other music in the game. Alright, it's done. But yeah, it's fun seeing these gimmicks and stuff reused from Rush. Oh, well, that's fine. They've given us a concession here. Not an instant kill. Oh, Werehog is back during a level? That's unprecedented. Got a transition in the middle of a level. Can I go back? No. That's cool. They were pretty separate up till now, the two modes. Ah. So Werehog cannot grind on rails, but I can climb on them underhand. Do I have to fight, guys? I don't want to. It takes so long. Ah, go away. Again, please admire the backgrounds, which are exclusive to the high-spec version of this game. Although we're not getting a great look at them right now. Oh yeah, I did read that spikes instantly kill you in this game, unlike other Sonic games where you'll just take some damage and lose your rings. Oof, rough. Okay, mini-boss time. This guy again. This time it has big spiky wheels on its hands, apparently. Yeah, so we can get a multi-hit that way. I'm still dropping so many frames. I wonder if I should stop and start again. Sometimes that improves things. But it's more way for me later when I have to stitch the videos together and stuff. If you just do a continuous video from Twitch, you can just export it to YouTube for my archive, which is what I do. I hope it's not impacting the viewing experience too much. Oops, missed that hit. One more hit. Sometimes they just do a hit that you can't counter. Oh, there's another way that this game is apparently taking inspiration from Sonic Rush. The bosses being kind of long and tedious, and only being vulnerable at certain times of their patterns. Alright, my bandwidth health has gone back to green, so I hope things have improved. Dr. Eggman is hiding in the city. You've almost reached him. Hurry up and run as fast as you can to kick him where it hurts. Still no luck finding anyone who knows me. Don't worry about it. Maybe your memory will come back on its own. Remember anything yet? Nope. Oh well. Okay, we'll just kick that plot point down the road a bit. Woo! Bounce, bounce, bounce. Oh yeah. So instead of tricking restoring your boost, the rings will restore some of that meter, which is how it works in the 3D games. But there's also the monitors. Some of them have that up arrow, which will add to your boost meter. Oops. Perhaps defeating enemies will also do so. Let me check that. If I find another crab meat. Oops. No! Okay, the music gave up. Never mind. Ugh. Whoa. No. So having monitors is interesting. Whether a game uses capsules or monitors seems to vary a lot. The ones that like to be kind of calling back to older games will use monitors, but they were superseded by these kind of capsule things. The advanced games have capsules, but they work like monitors where you don't break them open unless you're attacking in some way. But then advanced 2 and 3, you can just run into them and they'll pop open, which is how it usually works. Alright, let's defeat this crab meat with a spin dash. Boom! Did my boost go up? I'm actually not sure. It was hard to tell because like the screen was shaking at the same time. Oops. Okay. It appears that I got no boost from killing that enemy. Oops. Nice statue. That seems almost digitized directly from the photo. Oh, no. Keep falling in the water. That's the slow path, obviously. But you can see in the upper left, below my tempo clock, that's my air meter, which is refilled inside the bubbles. So that's nice. They don't just give you air, they also carry you upwards. Which wasn't in any of the Rush games. Water Palace had these sort of floating mines that would... fine. That would carry you... You'd hold onto a handle and they would, like, pull you up. Oh, I'm down to 0 lives. That might be a problem. And yet my ring count has carried over between lives? That's odd. I might get a 1-up if I get to 200. That's how it usually works. Every 100. Oh, it's a bit tricky. I got to 200. I did not get an extra life. So I'll have to be careful. By boosting. Boosting is careful, right? This is great. There we go, Fine. Hopefully that's a checkpoint for us. Finally, Sonic finds Dr. Eggman in the center of the plaza, but it's a trap. Eggman built a big robot to fight Sonic. You must defeat it. Classic. Okay. Some kind of fish-like flying ship. Eggman, Erg, how'd you get here so quickly? No matter. Your road ends here. Behold, my new power, Eggfish, go. What's happening? Eggfish has the power to make fans. Great. That's interesting. So we're fighting a boss as Sonic this time. And can I attack the fan? I guess not. Ah. Kolpiski. Not sure what that means, but we now have boss health meter on the right there. That's good. I tried to attack it. It didn't work last time. I guess I just gotta wait. And then I can do this. Yeah. Can I get multiple hits in? Who knows? Oops. Oh. Come along now. Yep, the long fights are still here. Oh, we're moving on. Okay. Tell you what, boost gameplay works particularly well with the limited control scheme of the mobile phone. Because it's a little bit harder to get a spin dash going. You can just tap 5 anytime to boost. Which way? Which way? This way. What? That was weird. And I've run out of rings in the arena, sadly. Kolpiski. Okay, that should have done a double hit if that was possible, but it didn't, so I guess it isn't. Yeah, what was that? It just jumps over there. That, I don't know about that one. Okay. Still going. Note also Sonic's sprite, which looks similar to his advanced sprites. Oh, I guess it just changes at a certain point. Maybe the safe spot is hiding in this corner. Whoa, what's this now? Interesting. Dodge, dodge. Yeah, dodge. I am so the boss of you. Oops. I wonder if you do more damage by boosting. I don't have any boost. Never mind. Even collecting my scattered rings gave me boosts earlier. Oh, I'm about to run out of air. Oh, that was close. Okay, let's test this theory. Hide in this corner. Yeah, it just changes. Okay, so you need to stop there and then move in the other direction. I finally understood the boss. It only took me until the very end of the fight. Chaos Emerald Gat. Yay! Wow, an S rank. Not bad. Time attack, okay. The big robot has been destroyed. Very vague. Eggman evaded Sonic after the fight. Sonic pursues Eggman from Greece to other parts of Europe. But now Eggman's close to finding the crystals, so Sonic must hurry. Run as fast as you can, Sonic says to himself. This is so awkwardly written, but it's so funny. So we're going to Europe, a location on Earth. I think what's coming next is Spagonia. Yeah, here we are. So this is based on the real world Italy. But in Sonic's world... Oh, it's the good song! Let me turn this up. For a while, this was the only song from Sonic Unleashed I knew, because it's in Generations, and it's probably in one of the racing games too. But it's just really good. So this is the Rooftop Run / Orange Roofs level set in Sonic's Italy, Spagonia. Oh no, we lost it because of the invincibility. That's too bad. Anyway, I love the song. It's really cool. And even in this phone MIDI format, it's still good. So there you go. Testament to Gameloft's Chinese MIDI composers. Thank you, folks. Grinding. And yeah, you can see a background inspired by some Italian city or other, I'm not sure. Sonic Wiki had a few locations that directly inspired the locations in Sonic Unleashed, aka Sonic World Adventure, as it's called in Japanese. So I don't remember it, just look that up if you're curious, I guess. But it's somewhere in Italy, and it's quite nice. I'm so bummed that I lost the music. Oh well, we'll get it back later. It's such a good track. Sonic nearly finds Eggman, but unfortunately the sun sets and the moon rises again. Sonic becomes Werehog and no one can stop him, except the sun. Well, I guess we'll just have to find the sun and punch it. I'll bet it's thanks to you. What does that mean? Chip? Even at night, when I'm like this, I'm still myself. You must have been protecting me this whole time. Okay, that's what he meant. I haven't done anything, Sonic. You're the reason you haven't changed at all. You're too strong to lose yourself. Okay, I guess. Sonic often has this sort of exceptionalism factor to his character in various Sonic media, and there's never any explanation for it. Like, not that it's necessary to have one, but when things happen where he really is unique among other creatures, like, you sort of have to wonder at a certain point, don't you? Anyway. It's not fine given it's fine. It's Spanish or Portuguese or something. Oh yeah, that's a good point. Gibbon saying that Donkey Kong punches the moon, as we see in DKC Returns, and Sonic punches the sun. Yeah, sure. Sonic has always been the answer to Donkey Kong in so many ways. I just made that up, but I think Vector Man is more the answer to DK. But yeah, it's a good parallel there. DK punches the moon, Eggman shoots a laser into it, I guess. Kaboom. This combat isn't too bad on the phone. It's kind of... it doesn't take too long. It's kind of button mashy. If I do that too many times, I'm going to be sad. I don't know what a game over does, but I will definitely have to repeat something. Oh! Pfft. So like the attack button is also like a grapple, but if you're not contextually near a grapple thing, then it slams instead. So yeah, I will have to redo this. Oh well. Go away. I hope we get more of the good music. If we have another daytime stage in Spagonia. I've just been playing Team Sonic Racing, which does have levels set in Spagonia. So yeah, we do get the good music back again. I don't know what it's called, but it's really cool. Yeah, Team Sonic Racing, what a weird game. I could say a lot about it, but I don't know if I should. I've also been playing Sonic Racing, which is a kind of accompanying game to Team Sonic Racing that was released exclusively on Apple Arcade. And I first tried it on my Apple TV and was like, what the heck, this sucks. But playing it on a phone is much, much better. Makes a lot more sense that way. It's designed for a phone interface, not to be played with a controller. There's all these like gacha stuff and timed things, but because it's on Apple Arcade and you've ostensibly already paid for it, none of it is actually monetized. It just has these vestigial features that are just part of mobile game design these days. And it's weird. And there's so many games on Apple Arcade that are like that they were converted for Apple Arcade. Oh my god. This wow. Just wow. Okay, let's do it again. That's fine. I'll talk about Sonic Racing some more. So yeah, it is a bit weird in concept in that way, but actually playing it is fine. You just tap either side of the screen to steer in that direction. What's interesting about it is it still does have team-based mechanics to it, but the teams aren't locked in to the character sets that they are in the main game. You can create your own ad hoc team by choosing whoever you want. So you're still on a team of 3, and the way that the placement works is still based on team placings in the race. Does that make sense? Like, yeah, the points are still allocated in that way, and also you can interact with your teammates in the similar ways, like getting boosts off them and stuff. But instead of having like these complex interactions with all your teammates at all times like you do in Team Sonic Racing, each character only has one ability that they use to interact with their other teammates, so it's a bit streamlined and simpler. I think it makes more sense, honestly. Team Sonic Racing is kind of complex. Are you kidding me? I just do not like that jump very much. Oh my god. Okay. Okay, you can grab it from below. You don't have to jump to it. Good to know. Sonic has like stretchy arms. He's like Rayman, except with arms. Are you kidding me? Oh my god. Alright, we'll be on this level for a while, I guess. I wish it had the day music. Oh well. It's fine. Oh, go away. Okay, I'll just phase you through you then. That's fine. Yeah, but what I like about... sorry, I thought I was over a spike pit again. What I like about Team Sonic Racing is the story mode. It's got a lot of reason to play it single player, unlike some other kart races. Like most Mario Kart games I find really boring because I don't really engage with the online multiplayer stuff. I'm after a game that gives me something to do in solo play, and Team Sonic Racing is kind of following on from Sumo's previous work, Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed, in that way, which is a good template because that game was great. Yeah, and going from Transformed to Team Sonic Racing feels like you're losing out because it's only Sonic and there's just all this other cool Sega stuff that was in Transformed that now it seems to be missing, you know. It feels like it's missing something. But on the other hand, like they've said in interviews that the reason they did that was to focus more on Sonic. I don't know if it was because of Sega branding and stuff. What? I don't like that very much. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Really gotta focus up for this. Okay. But they are right in a way in that by focusing only on the Sonic franchise, it lets them go a bit deeper in in the character roster of Sonic's series, as well as tracks. Although, even having said that, and with that excuse, like, the actual Sonic content in there still feels a bit, I don't know, meager. Like, I would have hoped for a lot more characters and tracks. The actual content of the game just feels a little short, but oh well. Like, that's another issue. Like, the whole like focusing on the Sonic series thing is from the design perspective, but then when it comes to development and deadlines and that kind of thing and budget, it ended up feeling a bit short on Sonic stuff, to the extent that like you've got a team in there. The teams are all like thematically linked with characters who have relationships and reasons to be in a team together. And then you have a team that has Blaze, Silver, and Vector. And I don't think Blaze and Silver have ever interacted with Vector before outside of like the Olympic Games. So it just feels odd. God damn it. Okay. We're going to try again. Of course, we've had this conversation before about who would you have put on a team with Blaze and Silver that you would think would be thematically appropriate. And if you're not including Marine, who hasn't shown up in a game ever since Rush Adventure, I don't know, Mephiles from 06. He was also kind of a one and done. Has he even appeared in the mobile games like Dash and Sonic Forces Speed Battle? I don't know that, actually. Of course, one idea about who might fit that role is Styx the Badger from Sonic Boom, who in many ways is kind of a direct successor to Marine from Rush Adventure. But also would not have had contact with Silver Blaze before. But if you're putting Vector in that role anyway, why not introduce Styx to fill that? Because Styx has been in mainstream Sonic continuity games before. Well, one, I think, the Rio 2016 Olympics game. And, you know, whether that counts or not is up to you. But I think that's precedent for Styx joining the main cast, and I think she should. A 1-up monitor. Thank goodness. That'll help. Gibbon says, sigh. F in chat for Marine. Yeah, totally. Marine's great. People say she's annoying, but, like, those people are wrong. She's great. And she's Australian. Well, she's fake Australian. She's like the way Australians are depicted in American movies. Anyway. Oh, okay. Gibbon saying that Mephiles just got added to one of the mobile games this month. Huh, that's cool. I saw Darkspine Sonic got added to one at some point, and he's a very similar character design. I was like, wait, who's that again? That's like a transformation Sonic has in Secret Rings, I think. Anyway, yeah, good to know. Oh, Mephiles also got a plushie recently. That's cool. Oh, crap. That means I gotta do that whole combat section again. I just gotta be really careful with that jump, I guess. I was trying to get enough momentum that I could keep going, because it's also easy to fall short. Actually, do I really need to fight all these guys? Can I just run on? Boom. I better fight him, I guess. Okay. Bugger me. Ooh, alright. I'm gonna try moving on. No! Okay, I have one life left. One life left to give. Hey, I made it. And I don't think you actually have to fight the enemies. At least not in that section. Oh, I should not have got all these rings. That was stupid. We've got another mini-boss, which is another golden egg bot. Okay. Of course, my ideal character to pair up with Blaze would be Ebony the Panther from Fleetway's Sonic the Comic, the UK Sonic comic book. But that's only because of fan comics, I guess, that they ever interacted. Blaze never appeared in Sonic the Comic because it shut down by like 2003 or something. But there's like a fan online... Okay, it's called Sonic the Comic Online. It's a continuation of the British comics done by the fan community. And it's a great collaborative project. It's even had contribution from some of the writers and artists on the original print comic, so there is some continuity there. But anyway, she's great. Ebony, she should be added to the games. Everything from those comics should be in the games. Techno the Canary should be in the games. Grimer. That's also the best version of Amy, if you were wondering. Yeah. Okay, 0 lives left. Platform over spikes. Let's get this right. Oh my god, I did it. Please tell me this is the end of the level. It's pretty rude putting that spike platform after the boss. Whew, such relief. Flooding through my veins. Alright, we got our emeralds. Dr. Eggman's robots took over the city and he plans to take Gaia's power. Sonic needs full power to stop him. Who's Gaia? What? I know that's a thing in the console game, but they have not established what that is exactly right now. Oh, cool. So here we are in, what's this called? Missouri, which is based on Africa, according to the Sonic Wiki. Now, Africa's a big place, so I don't know any more specific than that, but yeah. Whoa, this place is crazy. I'll never understand Eggman's tastes. You're being pretty rude about this place. Get a good shot. What does that mean? Alright. Oh, that's cool. All the grind rails and stuff are themed. That's nice. Oops. And we're back to boost gameplay, which is what I really wanted to play this game for. I wasn't really looking forward to lots of Werehog stages that have instant death pits. So yeah, glad to be back here. Oop. Never mind, I was enjoying that music. Not anymore. Wait, what? I'm invincible! How did the fire hurt me? That's just rude. Still, enjoy the background. Very lush and lovely. Well made. And exclusive to the high-spec release. Oops. I don't get that at all. Surely a shield would protect me from fire. So why do I take damage when invincible? It's just rude. Okay, should I go this way maybe? Whoa, what? What? Alright, something weird happened there. You all saw it. Alright, let's try this again. Okay, that's like a Rush level gotcha trap. Rush sometimes had these awkward level design decisions where it couldn't seem to decide whether it wanted you to boost or to carefully platform. And it's like one of the few things about Rush that is just a mistake, I think. That they don't properly telegraph all the time the parts where the game wants you to go fast and the parts where it wants you to stop. Oh my god, I just had momentum out of nowhere that chucked me in the spike pit. I tried to stop. You saw me try to stop. Well, at least this time we get to listen to some more of the music, which is genuinely good. So there's more than one good track in Unleashed, apparently. Who knew? Oops. Well, here we are again. Oh, okay. Alternate route this time. Although they might end up in the same place eventually. Wait. I came from the other direction. What? Oh, okay. So when it dropped me down here, it didn't actually expect me to go left. So that's why it was a weirdly telegraphed part of the level design. Okay. That's fine. I just misinterpreted what it wanted me to do. Sometimes the Sonic games want you to go left. So that's on me. That's my fault. Well, I still think spike pits should just damage you, not outright kill you. Okay, so we just have to be careful here to jump. Okay, now we're good. Progress. And a checkpoint. Lovely. Woo, nice. Oh, what? I overshot the last platform and instead landed in the spikes. Pretty rude. Okay, just jump. Okay, cool. You know, I've played a few mobile games, and for a mobile game, this controls quite well. You wouldn't think that the way Sonic games are often quite fast-paced would really work with the kind of technology and control scheme of a mobile phone, but in this case, I guess they were just advanced enough that they weren't ambitious with it in this way in doing a Rush-style game. Frick. And I gotta say, they did a great job. I think this is a really cool... Oh, you're kidding me! Fine, fine. We'll start again. Here, I thought this would be short. What's the time? Oh my gosh. Alright. Well, I did commit to playing all 3 versions, and I want to. I really want to. So, if we have to go long, we will. That's okay. Ugh, nuts. What? Oh, fine. That's a Rush thing. If you jump on a rail, you will then pass through the rail. That's playing fair. Oh, what? I tried to jump and nothing happened, and then there's that weird rebound thing, and then you just fall. I don't know what that is. Okay, this time I went to the upper path. Oh, well, okay, that's new. One up, gimme. No. All right, cool, we got it. That'll help us keep going for a little bit longer. What? Come on. Got lucky timing that turn, I guess. Oh no, we're here again. Okay, that's cool. We got here via another path, but that means... Oh my god! Okay, okay. Okay. No! Okay. We're doing that level again. Gibbon says, I do wonder if there was intended to be a Nintendo DS port of this at some point, because it's so bizarre that this is mobile only. Yeah, it's interesting. Like, it was developed by Gameloft, so I don't know how much oversight there was from Sega, who were like, okay, give us a sort of mobile tie-in. And as for who decided what it would be like, not sure. But yeah, I don't think porting a Gameloft mobile game to DS would be... Like, I don't see that as being very feasible. Personally. Putting it in direct comparison and competition with Rush and Dimps' subsequent game, Colors. Like, no! Which I guess they wouldn't have known about at the time, but I don't know. I guess the development pipeline for Dimps meant that they were not able to do this, but yeah, I wonder if... Like, I still think this would always have been a separate project, but clearly the people at Gameloft were inspired by the way Dimps made their Rush games. But whether they might have considered Dimps making a DS game based on... Oh, it happened again. I could just boost that, you know. At that point, I'm in precision platforming mode, so I don't think about it. But if I just do that, that clears that section. Pfft, whatever. Yeah. But yeah, it's an odd situation. Whether they like made a spruced up version of this somehow, or whether Dimps made their own original game. Crap. I think both could have resulted in great things, but the interesting thing about this game is the 3 different versions, which I will be showing as soon as I get through this one. I'll show you the other 2, and then you'll see that it's more than just one game, you know, which is interesting. Are we near the end, please? Oh, we're right at the end. Thank God. Whew. Okay. Actually, speaking of all the adaptations and such. All right, here we go. Night arrives again, now in the Middle East. Wait. Was that meant to be the Middle East? Sonic Wiki is wrong then. So what my notes say is that Shamar is based on the Middle East. All it said in the game was... Well, it didn't say where we did it. No. That's interesting. Alright. Night arrives again, now in the Middle East. Eggman has built tons of robots to stop Sonic, but Werehog is very powerful. I must stop all of this. Why am I changing at night? Sonic wonders. So, yeah, I guess that's the Middle East. Shamar. So Missouri does not appear, contrary to what Sonic Wiki said. Other places that don't appear in this that were in the console game are Holoska, which is based on Alaska. It's very icy. Again, I hate this. I must find out why this is happening. There's also Empire City, which is exclusive to the HD version. It wasn't in the PS2 and Wii version, which had daytime levels developed by Dimps, speaking of them. Are you kidding me? At least it resets me to 3 lives at each level, I guess. Yeah, Empire City is based on New York City. What else did they have? Adabat, which is kind of Southeast Asian inspired. And the game ends in Eggman Land on console. I don't know. I don't think that's in this version. So I think we're approaching the end of the game now. If this is the... Oh my god. This is the 4th zone, and we've been through a bit of it now. So yeah. There might be another phase after this, but yeah. Oh my god. This is not great. the physics just a bit off sometimes, you know. Okay. Wait, do all the Werehog levels have the same music? Is that how this works? Ah. If I restart from here, what happens? I get my 3 lives back. Okay, since we're at the start anyway, yeah, I might as well do that. Then we get that nice music sting again. Take that, Eggbot. Ow. Okay. What was I saying? Just checking my notes again. Yeah, the control scheme of this. So I mentioned Colors DS before, and I wanted to say how the way that Dimps changed up the gameplay in that was really an attempt to transfer the way the 3D games had become to a 2D format. And that meant taking their Rush engine and adapting it, adding a bunch of new moves that have, you know, little use in Colors DS itself. Like the stomp and the slide. The homing attack does get a fair bit of use, but I think, I don't know, I'm not the biggest fan of it. It means that those like targeting reticules are appearing all the time over enemies, and I just think it's a little bit visually messy in that way. What else did they add? Stomp, the slide. What was the other thing? There's no tricking, and there's mid-air boosting now. All these changes would come later, so like this is an attempt at the same sort of thing, but because of this stripped down control scheme of the mobile phone, there's only so many things Sonic can do, and that's why it feels more like Rush, because the moveset is simpler. And it's going by the rules of that boost gameplay in 2D that had been set up by Dimps before Colors DS. And that's why this is like... I think this is the true Rush 2.5, you know what I mean? Anyway. It's fine. Oh yeah, the spin dash, that's the other thing. So Colors DS still had a spin dash, but when they adapted it even further for Generations on 3DS, for the modern version, they sort of iterated further on that Colors DS gameplay. So Sonic still has the boost and the slide and the stomp and the homing attack, but they actually removed the ability to spin dash finally. Like, ever since the first Rush, the spin dash had basically been obsoleted by the boost mechanic anyway, so finally removing it in Generations 3DS is like an admission of that, I think. Okay. But this still has a spin dash and the boost. Because it was made back then. This is like 2009, 2010. I think Unleashed itself on console was 2008, so this had a little bit of lag time on it. Yeah, cool. More level to do after the boss. That's not my favorite, because you could die. And then what happens? Well, I did have a checkpoint, but in a game over situation, that would be devastating. Okay. Are we nearly done, please? Whoa. No! God, no. Alright, here's a trivia point that I read on Sonic Wiki. How do you react to this? This game, Sonic Unleashed for mobile phones, is the first handheld adaptation of a Sonic game since Sonic 2 in 1992. Think about it. Actually, that can't be true. Okay, I'd have to look up the dates, but there's definitely like... Oh my god, I hate that. There's Game Gear versions of Mean Bean Machine and Spinball, right? Would they be after Sonic 2? I'm not sure about that. But it's generally true. Of course, I've been talking about other things this whole time, like Colors DS and Generations. Those are following this up in similar, like, handheld adaptations of main games. And Lost World too on the 3DS, which is also by Dimps. It's like their only 3D only game for Sonic. Okay. Oh, we're still missing a couple emeralds actually, so there is more to the game. This is the last chance to stop Dr. Eggman and cure Sonic so he can be himself. Dr. Eggman is using the most powerful robot for this fight. Dr. Eggman, you can't stop me, Sonic. I have the power of Gaia. You can try to hurt me. Oh, yep, that went fast quickly. Given is also kind of having second thoughts. She says, I want to say that's not correct, but it might be. You can try to hurt me, but you'll fail. I'll show you the power of justice. Sonic's classic catchphrase, I'll show you the power of justice. Alright. Is this the final boss, though? Oh, dramatic. Those violin stings in the MIDI. Haha, looks like you're a bit too late, Sonic. Eggman. Dark Gaia is whole and complete. Soon I will rule the world. No, you can't, Eggman. I will stop you. It's time. I will destroy you, Sonic. You can't stop me. Okay, try it if you can. Wow, so much just platitudes in that conversation. Alright, what are we doing? I guess we're running away. Okay. A running away boss fight. Sonic sometimes has these boss fights where you're running towards the boss. Sonic Advance 2 is all of the boss fights are like that, which I don't mind. But no, that was only a short segment. I thought maybe the whole boss might be like that, but no. What? Okay. Cool. Ouch. Wait, what's happening? Oh, I gotta attack this guy. Yeah. The Eggman. That's what he is. He am. I'm really sorry about the whole button covering the whole screen thing. I'm regretting that more and more the more I play this, but I do think widescreen format suits this best, and it's quite rare when you're looking through the versions of Sonic Unleashed Mobile. So, yeah. Because you had instances like Sonic Pocket Adventure and Sonic Advance taking some adventure elements and making a classic style game out of it, but that's not an adaptation of those games, you know? So I think it's right that, like, in terms of adapting, you know, the plot and setting of a game into a handheld companion game, this one in 2009 is like the first time it had happened since the mid-90s. And because it predates Colors as well. But anyway, I'm reiterating myself. As is this boss fight, which is just following the same pattern over and over again. Sonic and long, tedious boss fights name a more iconic duo. I just played Sonic 4 Episode 2, and god, the boss fights are so boring in that. They're really long. Okay, here we go. New phase. Oh, crap. Oh, good. Oh, I thought that was a spike pit down there. I was going to be very upset. Those rainbow rings as well, by the way, that's a Sonic Rush thing. Although maybe they were in other games. My memory of the advanced games is kind of a bit blurry at this point, even though I just played them earlier this month. But also my experience of other Sonic games is limited. Alright, so we need to lure the fist to slam down over here so we can hit this lever. Wait, where'd you go? Come back, buddy. Okay, so we'll lure the missiles over here. And then we're in a position over here for the fist to come down. I guess there's a long delay on that, so it's not really important, but jump over the shockwave, hit that, and we're good. Okay, next phase. Oh, the fist is on a magnet. Wait, what? I missed it. What's it doing now? Where did he go? Oh, we're repeating this phase. Okay, fine. I guess I need to hit the lever again. I missed something up there. Okay, jump. Lever. It punched Eggman this time. Now what? Boost. I pressed the boost button and nothing happened. You can't boost in boss fights. This is Sonic Rush. Ugh. Hate that. That's one thing Colors DS did right. They actually let you use the boost mechanic during a boss. And it's not just like you can do it, but it's really useful to do it because it does more damage. It knocks Wisp powers out of the boss that then let you do extra damage to them with the Wisp abilities. So it's all, yeah, very well done. Boss fights did improve. Okay, this time I did it. Hooray! Take that, Ego Man. Next. Oh, we got 2 emeralds in a pop. Cool. We're out of content. Just give them the emeralds. Finally, after a tough fight, Sonic emerges victorious. Light reigns over darkness and the world is returned to peace. We cannot live without the night. We almost sleep. We almost rest. Darkness is a part of our world just as much as light. That balancing act may be the very will of the planet itself. Sure. If you like. Okay, and that's the end. We already saw these credits earlier. So, actually, I'll have a closer look. So the executive producers will be the people back in France, as well as that lead creative type there. But all of the sound director also probably back in France. But all the development work, yeah, here, the Beijing team. There you go. So, yeah. Split up a little bit. Yeah, thank you. Alright, as I said, we saw that earlier. So that's Sonic Unleashed. Well, at least that's the high-spec version. There's 2 other versions. I'm going to play them both right now. So here we go. This is another version of the game. Actually, I might as well show you this. Just in case you want to play any of these, this is what you might expect to see. How do I... sorry. Oh, wait. Different capture. I had to rotate that one because I couldn't figure out how to rotate it in the emulator itself. So I did it in OBS. So these are all the Sonic games I found on Kawi Break. My original plan for the stream was to do all of them, but I decided to laser focus in on Unleashed itself. So over here you can see all the different versions that have been backed up here, and they have their pros and cons. The main one though is very much like the one I've just played. I'll give you a quick look at how that goes. So this is like a high-spec version of it. I think it is. Or am I wrong about that? So it doesn't have that intro cutscene, but it does have the sort of nice looking background graphics. But the sound, there's nothing going on there. No sound during gameplay. So sometimes the version you get just won't have those features. But this is what the game would look like if it didn't have those buttons covering the screen. But also, as you can see, the horizontal view that you have is quite restricted given the nature of the handset screen. So you have quite a lot up and down, not so much left and right, which I think the level design kind of accommodates that, so it's not too big a deal. But I thought playing it in widescreen would be the best way to play it overall. So that's why I did that. But as you can see, it's quite similar in that version. But in those alternate versions, there's other ones available, including this one. Oh, it's capturing automatically. That's awesome. So I can do this. And then I can also do this. Okay. So as you can see, this one's 2010, so it was released a little bit later, but it's actually a lower spec version of the game. This is the mid-spec one, as I call it. It is still in widescreen. I did manage to find a version like that, which is nice. Actually, out of curiosity, well, we'll see about when we beat the game, because that's definitely going to happen. Select. Why is that not working? What? I can't pick new game. I can't pick continue. I can't pick anything. What's going on? I'll just relaunch it. Hold on. Yeah, so this one's also widescreen, but it's not as wide as the other one. It's 320 by 240, so the other one was 400 by 240. But it also doesn't have the touchscreen things because this is for different models of phones that only have the keypad. So that select works. That works. Okay, now it's working. Fine. So we've seen this plot bit already. It's the same text as far as I can tell. But you'll see how different the game is when we get into it. Sadly, this one also, I believe, does not have music during the gameplay. Or sound, but that's all right. It's fine. You can see how it looks a little bit different. No lovely detailed backgrounds anymore. The widescreen format of this does adjust certain things on the screen. So this mid-spec version has, it has different iterations. Some are vertically aligned that have the UI arranged differently. This horizontal one has the UI in this sort of HUD along the edges of the screen, which is a good place for it to leave a nice large uncluttered view in the middle of the gameplay. And I don't know if you remember that far back, but I did vet these different versions, and clearly the level design is different in this version compared to the other one. And this is the major difference you might notice. We've got to the edge of this screen and now we're looping back to the left. So the level design is more sort of compacted into this space. We were running along the top and now we're down here going back over that same area, but from below. Running over the water, and there's the end on the left side of the screen. So as you can see, it's a completely new level design, and that's what we're going to enjoy now. What's wrong? I can't pick that option. Q. I thought I set that up. I did. Sorry, I'm struggling a little bit with the controls. I am able to use my controller thanks to Joy to Key through Carvey Break. But anyway. Okay. And yes, the Werehog is back. Did I even use the boost in that last level? I don't think I did. I got to show that off, how it works. But yeah. I feel like this gameplay is a little bit more smooth in this version, actually. I wonder about that. Yeah. So the Werehog works the same. You've got the slam and the grapple and all that stuff. Attacks as well. The difference is that when you reach out to do a grapple with stretchy arms, the arm graphic does not stretch. Instead, it is more like Rayman, where the hand detaches from the arm So that's just a little like graphical concession for this mid-spec version. It didn't have that full graphical power of those powerful phones, I guess, or whatever. Sorry, just adjusting something there. Oh, one-ups, yes please. So this bit's similar to a bit of level design from before, but the enemy placement was different. So the differences might be subtle in the levels as we go on, but that first level was so different that I think probably the daytime stages have more changes to them. But I didn't want to miss out on any unique content that the different versions have, you see. So yeah, I do like playing different versions of things to see what changed. And for mobile phones, you often have sort of these three different SKUs, especially games from this era. If they're trying to target a wide variety of handsets, that means a wide variety of processors and stuff, and screen sizes. So this mid-spec one will often be in resolutions of like 176 by 208, 240 by 320 is like the most, but is usually the most. And you can sometimes get high-spec and mid-spec tech versions for that same resolution. So that's the case here, because there's 240 by 320 high-spec unleashed versions as well. And then the minimum is usually 128 by 128, but that can scale up to 128 by 160 in a better case, which is going to be the case for the next game after this one. I got the emerald. Congratulations. And we're going back to Athens. Yeah, they didn't get the memo about them being fake Sonic World locations for this game, I guess. It's just no acknowledgement of that whatsoever. So here we are in Athens, Greece. And yeah, again, the sort of level of detail in the environments is way down, unfortunately. Oops. And spikes are still instant death, unfortunately. Okay, let's use the boost. The boosting graphical effect is less pronounced. Oh, God. But that's okay. We still got a boost meter, which is now empty. Okay. Come on here. Kaboom. And now we're underwater. Oh, there's a little bit of a background back there. That's nice. You might have noticed with this large ring, by the way, it burst into tons of small rings in the high-spec version. In the mid-spec version, it only drops 2. But I think it automatically gives you a bunch of rings, like 10 or something, straight up. Okay. Oops. Why is my booster meter not filling up? Is that a problem? Is that just the game not displaying it properly, perhaps? See, I can boost, but not infinitely. So hopefully you're able to appreciate that this version does have new level design in it. I wish I'd found a version of this widescreen mid port that did have sound, but oh well, you know, we heard it in the other version. Sound will return in the low-spec version, and it's the same sound in all three, if you're able to find one that supports it. I think it's just a problem with how the file was preserved, perhaps. Or maybe they made versions that were more limited in sound because of the handsets or something. I'm really not sure. Can you jump out of a boost? Yes, you can. Yeah, there's got to be bugs going on here. The boost meter is just not displaying how much boost I have, which might make things tricky. Just have to use it wisely. Oh, no. Nice stone lion head. One of the few graphical details. Ah, that time is so quick. Yeah, okay. Oh, that's solid. I like the Sonic sprite in this game. It's very cute. The silence is killing me. Oh! I should have put some music on. I don't have any prepared. All I've got on this computer, because I don't use it for that, is the Kellogg's Invasion in Kellogg's Land. That game. The cereal game. Oh, my boost meter's back. When did that arrive? Mission Nutrition, the Kellogg's Donkey Kong Country clone that I played several weeks back. I've got the soundtrack for that on this computer, and that's it. Windows used to come with like 3 sample tracks, songs. One of them was David Byrne. What were the other ones? Something else. Oh, it's Fish Thing. Hello, Fish Thing. Eggman. Eggfish, go! So, in the high-spec version, we encountered this during a stage. There was like a transition to a boss arena, but here it was a separate load-in. But the actual fight looks pretty similar. I wonder if we're going to move to an underwater arena, though. What's in the middle there? Is that... Yeah, it's like a bubble that you're supposed to be able to see Eggman through, right? Does that look like an Eggman sprite inside there? That laser's pretty well animated, I gotta say. Come down so I can see in your bubble, dude. Hey, what gives? You're supposed to slam me soon. There we go. Yeah, what is that? It looks odd. Looks like a couple of eyes. Okay, we do get to move to a new phase. That's cool. What a row of rings. Alright, yeah, so same arena as before. That's good. Okay, what have you got for us? This one. Yep. Aha, I learned, you see. Oh no, it went further than I expected. I didn't learn well enough. Notice also that you don't lose quite the number of rings out of your body when you take damage the way that you did in the high-spec version, which was able to render a lot of rings at once. In this one, it's very few. Oh, yes. Or even one that pops out. I feel like the Sonic 8-bit games on Master System and Game Gear had mechanics like that because of those same technical limitations. They couldn't render a bunch of rings at once, so only a couple of them popped out. So that's an interesting commonality between this and those really old companion games, even though there's a lot of years separating them. I love when stuff like that happens. Oops. I should probably have played Unleashed before playing this today, but oh well. I really can't speak to that aspect of the game at all, how well it adapts the source material. I just didn't have time. I was too busy playing all the 2D dimps games, you know? Yeah, I picked up that one ring I dropped and I got 25 for it. Good value. Debriefing. Did it always say debriefing? Yeah, the Middle East. Yeah, it said that before, and then I just ignored it because of what Sonic Wiki said. But no, it's the Middle East. That's the next stage. Although, again, I don't know what the source material looked like. I don't know what Missouri or Shamar were supposed to look like originally. Oh, we get quite a nice background in this one. That's nice. Oh, dare I update Sonic Wiki? I haven't done it before. Whoa! Short arc on this flower. I love that though. That's a total Roshism. It's a mechanic taken from Dimps' games. Like this game is just a Dimps love letter, and I really love that about it. Oops. I thought I could tank through that, but my invincibility frames did not last long enough. I guess the boost meter fixed itself. Maybe it was just too empty before. Oop. Nah. Got to get up a little bit of speed. I'll try boosting and then jumping. Whoa, too far. I lost control. This time it was worse. Oh, hello. Who's this? Dan La Liberté in chat. Good to see you. Says Missouri is based on Africa in the console version. Yeah, interesting. Sonic Wiki said this would be Missouri, but the text in this game does not respect the fact that the locations are fictionalized versions. So it actually uses real life Earth names for the locations in this game, in this mobile version of Sonic Unleashed. So it calls it the Middle East, which would mean that Sonic Wiki is wrong that it's Missouri, which is based on Africa. But having said that, I have the caveat that I don't know what Missouri or Shamar are supposed to look like. So if you are familiar with the console version, I wonder if you could tell me. Oh God. Yeah, I wonder if you could tell me if the architecture here more resembles Shamar or Missouri. That's my one question. But again, having said that, this is the mid-spec version of Sonic Unleashed. The higher technology capable version does have much more detailed backgrounds, which would give you a better idea of the art direction. I would say a missing detail in this version would be the sort of earthenware walls with spiky protrusions that were orange in color. Oh, I messed up there. Oh, this is rough. This is a little bit of a... Oh, no. This is a little bit of level design that I recognize from the high-spec version, but the rest of the level leading up to it was quite different. So what I'm demonstrating is playing different versions of Sonic Unleashed on mobile and seeing how they had to truncate things or change level designs based on the power of the handheld that version of the game was aiming for. And there's generally 3 iterations of this game. Ugh. I know. Dang. That's okay. We'll start again. That's not the first time I've got game over in that section. Wait a minute. Did we skip Spagonia? Yeah, we totally did. Not only are there different levels in this one, it's missing some. Yeah, I think we completely skipped over Spagonia. Unless I really zoned out for the last little while. 28 rings. Yeah, so it drops 2 rings from those big ones that are worth 5 each. Okay. Okay. Cool. Oh no, I built up too much speed and then overshot on the last bit. It's dumb. So there's a little look at the architecture in the background. Oh man. All right, calm down. It's fine. We're all good here. Just having a chill time with some Sonic games. High-paced, tense Sonic games. Perfect. Come on. Yeah, okay. Just keep trying. It's all good. I made it. Hooray. And a checkpoint is my reward. Boost, boost, boost. Stop. Whoa. Okay. I still had a fair bit of speed out of nowhere. Okay. I don't really see the point in getting rings. Getting 100 does not give you an extra life in this game. And in this version of the game, you only drop 1 ring when you get damage, which is worth all the rings that you have on you. So it's not like having more of them gives you more of a chance to recover. Okay. Got to work on my timing there. I managed to get the first one quite well, but the second one into the ring is a bit harder. Okay. Oh, I made it. Okay, so just let go earlier. Yeah, there we go. And there's end. Lovely. Yeah, I guess they just throw the emeralds at you quicker in this version. Yes, we're definitely in the Middle East. And we're back to Werehog mode. At least in this version, there's fewer battles against that one mini-boss. That got a bit old, having to do that over and over again. Oh, I missed. No. So when you're the Werehog, the boost meter only lets you do the slam attacks. Whoa, okay. Let me try that again, but with more patience. Okay. I'm not sure if there was a mechanic with a meter in the console game because I haven't played it. I haven't played either of them. I know the Werehog feels quite different between HD and SD on console. They're 2 quite different games. Okay, I guess that guy just had a lot of health. Oops. I remember this little arrangement. What? Okay. Oh! Yeah, you do need to press the attack button to grapple. You just got to be careful with it because you might accidentally slam. Okay. Now we're all good. Huh. Werehog looks so cute. It looks a lot skinnier during that climbing animation too. Okay. Get owned. Checkpoint. Oh, you're kidding. That did not feel fair. But you know what? If I was playing the vertically oriented version of this game, that wouldn't have happened because I would have been able to see. Well, I might have been able to see. It's still a fair way down, so maybe not. Ooh, nasty. Okay, be careful this time. Why don't I try going down this time? Oops. See, I'm pretty sure those spikes don't kill you. Oh no! I lost and it wasn't even because of the spike pit. Stupid. Oh well. Bam, bam, boom. It's okay, we can do that again. Won't be the first time. Go away. Oh, contact damage? Fine. I suppose I was asking for it. Ugh! Oh, wow. Okay, well, I've just rethought something. I said earlier that this game, Sonic Unleashed on mobile, might be the most elaborate mobile Sonic game. But I realize now that I was actually neglecting something that is not commonly thought of as a mobile Sonic game, and that's Sonic 4 Episode 1, which I just played through this week. Or in the last week. Because... Whoop. It might not be super well known, but the original conception of Sonic 4 was that it would just be a portable sort of spin-off side game that did not have to live up to the name of Sonic 4 and trying to be a successor to the classic games, which I think is what led to some of its negative reception, was expectation meeting reality. But yeah, you can still see evidence in the game that it was supposed to be called Sonic the Portable. Its original release was only on smartphones, and everything in the game is designed around that, including its tilt-based control system. I played through the whole thing with a virtual joystick until Gibbon actually recommended using the tilt controls. And when I eventually tried them for the normal platforming stages, I realized how actually well the game is designed around being controlled that way. You just move the phone to move Sonic and tap to jump and stuff. And then the homing attack is sort of a concession to that limited control scheme to help you get around, build up a bit of speed, and do attacks as well, while your mobility is limited otherwise. So it's really quite clever in that way. And it's certainly better than a virtual joystick and buttons, which are, like, always a terrible way to play platformers. So when they made a console port, playing with a controller is a better way to play it, but the original way it was meant to be played was with that tilt system. Not to mention that there's the way certain things work in the original mobile game weren't brought over to the console game. Like, you run around a loop and the whole screen like rotates as you do it. It's kind of a fun effect. But there's also 2 unique levels in the mobile version that were replaced for the PC port. Gibbon responded saying that this is certainly the most complex mobile game up to this point, not counting Genesis ports for mobile. Yeah, interesting. I guess they did have some of those. Who is this man who's walked into the room with a giant moustache? Oh no, it's actually Kathy. Do you like having braids because it lets you disguise yourself?
No, I like having braids because it keeps my hair out of the way.
Yeah, I gotta learn how to braid my hair. How many Mega Drive games did they port to mobile? You know, I can actually answer that thanks to Carby Break. There's ports of Sonic 1, 2, and Spinball that have been archived there. Although for 1 and 2, they actually split them up because of file sizes and stuff. There's like 2 releases of the game that have half of the zones in each one. Okay. See, I didn't expect this one to be missing an entire region. Oh no. That last hit probably should have damaged me, judging by the way the hitboxes usually work, but never mind. Okay. Oh, we don't see the big egg robot in the background. That's a shame. That was a cool feature in the high-spec one. You saw it walking around back there and preparing its missiles and stuff. Kaboom. It also left the targeting reticles on screen for longer. It has to clear them away here for video memory reasons or whatever. Oh, you can actually get on the fist before the shockwave happens. That helps a lot, actually. Okay. You can do that. Kaboom. Yeah, it is unfortunate that they had to make those kind of cutbacks. Ugh! Splat. Okay, now we got magnet mode. Okay. Oh, that was quick. And I lost my ring safety net. Kaboom! We done? Yeah, debriefing. Next. Congratulations. Finally. Yeah, we've seen this before. Cool. See, this is a later version. The last one was 1.00 and this is 1.07. I wonder if that's why the date has been updated. So just some minor updates, I guess, but the fact remains it's the mid-spec version, an inferior port to lower-end phones. But because they adjusted some of the levels and stuff, there was some quote-unquote unique content to it, so that's why I played it. If you're really interested in drilling down on the nitty-gritty, you can go back in the video and compare the names in the credits and see if they're actually different. I am not doing that. But with that done, I'll do a quick check of the time attack and see if it shows us like, oh yeah, port team. Oh, here we go. So there's a separate team with a program accredited for porting, possibly to different kinds of phones, at least for this version. That might just be like quite basic high-level porting, not like creating a new version of the game for the lower-end phones. Yeah, so anyway, speculation. Select. Oh, is it doing this again? I can't tell it to go into these options. Okay, well, restarting worked last time. I just wanted to have a little look at the time attack, see what it says. one of the updates they did was changing the Gameloft logo. The old one was that orange one that we saw at the start of the previous game. And I guess Gameloft had a new logo by this point, so they put that in one of those updates. Yes, the only sound in this version, you will hear it right now. Chun-Nan, Apotos, Spagonia. Huh. Did we ever fight one of those robots in this version? I'm so brain dead just playing through the game that I didn't even notice. But yeah, they've completely cut out whole zone, but they've renamed what is Missouri into Spagonia. That's a mislabeling, because if we select this... But that means those names do exist. Yeah, here we are in the Middle East in what's labeled Spagonia in the menu. But yeah, that does mean that those names exist in the game, just not in the cutscene script. So that's interesting. Like the proper names of what they actually should be called. Wow. All right. Well, that brings us to the next game, which is the small version. I had okay, let me just double check this one. There's one on here that's labeled 128 by 160 Russian version in Carvey Break, and we're capturing that. That looks good. So if this has sound properly, then I might just... Whoa, that's loud. Whoa, that's really loud. Just checking if it plays during gameplay. Although I do want to check the script. I want to triple check that. Oh, that's nice. So that does play. But not sound effects, I'm pretty sure. I've got another version of it here that I was running in K emulator. So, sorry. I'll adjust the screen dimensions in a second. Just wanted to confirm. Because I'd vetted this before. Oh, you can actually see... Oh, that's right. That was my conclusion before. The Russian one I just showed off was actually like a cut down version of the mid-spec like port. So the truly low-spec version, I don't think... Oh no, the low-spec version is on Carvey Break as 128 by 128. But I found a slightly... better version of that, which is the 128 by 160 low spec version. That was the issue. Okay. So I do have to relaunch to capture the window properly because I have to change the size of it. 128 by 160. But yeah, it's interesting the differences. Oh, what? Wrong size. What have I got wrong? The width. It's bigger than that. Is it 140 maybe? Oh, it's even bigger. Sorry, I didn't check this out beforehand. It could be 220 or something. That could be 160, 180 maybe. Sorry. I was focused on the other versions. With K emulator, you need to do some like granular control of your screen size and stuff. So I'll just make sure that's correct. Okay, so apparently this version is 170 by 200, which is a little bit of an unusual size. Not a rodent of unusual size. Eggman always calls Sonic a rodent. Wait. Oh, that's not quite right either. It's bigger. You can see it's cutting off at the edges. Let's just do like... it might be a bit off, but that's fine. I'll adjust the screen size in OBS so it doesn't look weird. Or it doesn't look as weird. I can do this. And then I can do this. Put this here. Hey, good enough. Okay. Oh, I can even do this. And now it's off again. Sorry. Can I do... Yeah, that's probably going to look better. What? Sorry, OBS is a bit of a pain sometimes. What? Ah, why? Do this. And then what happened? Okay. What? Do what I tell you. All right. Okay, ready. Let's go. Yes, I want sound. Okay. Ta-da! All right. So one thing you might have noticed during that brief testing I did was that they actually managed to put more detailed level assets into this low-spec version. It's made for small screen sizes, and it's simplified in other ways, but like it does actually look better in some ways. We manually scroll through the credits for this. Just to have that on record. Okay, new game. One day, the evil Dr. Eggman stole all 7 Chaos Emeralds for his evil plan. Sonic the Hedgehog must stop the madman. And that's all you get at this stage. And here we are in Chun-Nan. But look at that background. Lovely mountain. The detail on the brickwork down here. We have that musical jingle, but that's all you get. No sound effects, though. That's okay. Oh, some sound effects. Okay, I forgot about that. And yeah, that's what passes for a ring in the low-spec version. They take these, like, graphics of the, like, some kind of ground texture that's going to show up, I guess. And they just put it in, like, a hexagon. Maybe an octagon. But yeah, look just how simplified this really is compared to the other versions we played today. The one I booted up really briefly is just like a lower res version of the mid-spec one that I played already. It does have sound playing, but it didn't look as nice, and that's why I opted out of that one. Thinking over it now, I might have put more emphasis on the sound, but that's it. Tiny little level. It sort of hooks back and forward, and yeah, that's what you get if you have like these really tiny handsets. Tips: try to run faster to challenge the target time. You can do it. So in this version, level 2 is a little timed challenge. There's a timer up the top, and you have to challenge yourself to try and get there as quickly as it says. And yes, there are little jingles for 1-ups and for checkpoints and for deaths. But apart from that, no more sound effects. Oh, what is that? Let's go up instead. We're also seeing another nice part of the background with the landscape spreading out underneath that mountain, which is really nice. And there is a boost button. Oh, that's the end. I didn't make it in the target time, but we'd still got there. And you do get an end of level jingle. As night falls, Sonic feels strange. He becomes irritable and temperamental. He is now Sonic the Werehog. Oh no, temperamental. Temperamental. To be fair, I think that exact same mistake was actually in Team Sonic Racing. The voice actor said it right, but it was spelled wrong. I think that's where I saw that. Anyway, we're actually fighting Dr. Eggman directly in this one, which is nice. They don't have that, like, other robot as a proxy mini-boss. It is using that shockwave mechanic that we saw with the fist. But, yeah, fighting Eggman directly is unique to this version. At least in this way. Fighting him in this way. So that's pretty cool. Oh, that was it. Cool. What a cute little game this one is. I'm charmed. Tips. If you can't finish a level in the target time, find a way to move faster. Well, we don't have a boost meter, but we do have a boost mechanic. I can press 5 to do this. Fast moving. There's no graphical effect for the boost in this version. But it does exist. So this is me running. This is me boosting. Okay. Let's see if I run out. I'll just keep boosting into this wall. Infinite boost. Is this the only game that has infinite boost? Maybe I'll boost and then jump. Wait. Oh, the platform moves. Okay. A moving platform mechanic. How novel. Boost. And yeah, you can see I do damage enemies while boosting. That's how boosting works. Aha, I was rewarded. I just love these. Yeah, they are octagons instead of loops. That's adorable. So this is like the most ghetto version of Sonic Unleashed. Oh, well, it's not the most ghetto because there's a 128 by 128 version that's similar to this, but with less screen space. This one's a little bit bigger. I'm not sure exactly the dimensions. I did some fiddling and ended up at a weird number that I didn't recognize. But yeah, as for the version of the game that was developed, this is the low end version. But like the essentials are still here. You got boosting, you got loops and running and stuff. It's still recognizably the same game. Even the environment art is better than the mid-range version. So pretty impressive. I'm not ranking as well though. I think I can afford to turn the volume up a bit since the sound effects are few and far between. Use the Sonic Boost at the right time and right place. Sonic Boost. Whoa! Spagonia! Okay, so the last game mislabeled this world as Spagonia. But we did get the Spagonia music when we came here. This is the Middle East world, Shamar, presumably. But as you can see, again, the backgrounds are more detailed than they were in the mid-range version. and you can turn from side to side while you're flying through the air, being flung out of a ring, apparently. This is just amusing in a lot of ways. Whee! I love what they've done with those backgrounds. Oh, and that's the end. Tiny, tiny level. Just these little challenges. And they give you a target time on all of them as well. Or most of them, I don't know. Tips, you don't need to jump. That's fine. It's a platform game. Why would you need to jump? Just that little snippet is just glorious. I love that song. I gotta play that Sonic Unleashed one of these days. I will. I'll get to it. Not straight away though. I've just played through all the 2D Dibs games, and I'm reaching my fill of Sonic. Like for a month straight, I've played nothing but Sonic, and I kind of want to break. Which is a shame because I had more Sonic streams planned. As you can see from all the mobile games available on Carvey Break, I was like, yeah, I could play all of these on stream. Not playing through them like I am with this, but just little, you know, brief looks, quick looks, or whatever you would want to call it. So I could go left or right. Boost. Whoa, I'm running on ceiling? What a feeling! Incredible. This is the last chance to stop Dr. Eggman and cure Sonic so he can be himself. Dr. Eggman is using his most powerful robot for this fight. Good lord. So the mid-spec version cut out Spagonia, whereas we've lost Apotos and Spagonia in this lower-end version. Going straight from Chun-Nan to Shamar. Did I even lose my ring? It's like there's an invisible ring. Now, it mentioned Eggman using his most powerful robot. Is it just this capsule? It's the fish attack, but no fish bot. Oh, every time I get hit, I lose one ring. That's how it works in this version. What a novel concept that has never been seen before or since in a Sonic game, I gotta say. What's going on here? Ow, nuts. They were partially off screen. How is that fair? Also, I don't have a slam attack, by the way. Okay, you just need to survive that. Yeah, you telegraphed. Oops. No, never mind. So ideally, this fight should only take 2 minutes according to that timer. We're going to get done with this low-spec version really quickly if I get through this fight. But yeah, assuming this is the final boss, which was sort of implied by the text. It's cut a lot out, and also we do the final fight as Werehog instead of Sonic. Jump. Attack. Yeah. Smash, smash, smash. That's it. I actually got in under the target. I got an S rank for that boss fight. For that pitiful performance with one ring left. Congratulations, you finished all the levels. Thanks for playing. Chaos Emeralds are not even acknowledged. And that's it. That's what you get on your low-end phones for the Sonic Unleashed game. I gotta say, cute. Pretty charming. And we saw these credits already, so nice. There's no time attack mode because time attack is integrated into the main game mode anyway. Well, oof, I'm spent. So I think in another stream I will play more Sonic mobile games, just do a little bit of a roundup and see what else was out there, because there's some cute stuff out there. Sonic Cricket, Sonic Darts, some silly stuff, and some ports of other games to mobile format. But yeah, this was good. I'm pleased with how this went. Getting to see the different versions of Unleashed. You know what? I'm going to just to like fully sate my own curiosity. I'm launching the 128 by 160 Russian version from Carvey Break, and I'm going to confirm what we saw there and which version it was really adapting. God, that's loud. So that was based on remembering where those menu options were. I cannot read the Cyrillic script, sadly. Oh, by the way, these games do have the diagonal jumping mechanic that most mobile platformers have to make it easier on you if it's hard to press 2 buttons at a time on your handset. So if you press like the diagonal buttons, you'll jump diagonally. And same goes for the downward ones, although it's pretty similar what they do. No, they all just go down. But yeah, quick demonstration of this level and what this would have been like with music on the mid-spec version, because this little bit of level design where there's a pit underneath those and there's a big ring over there and these 2 enemies, that's mid-spec. I recognize that from the widescreen, the second widescreen version I was playing before. You can see even the HUD elements look similar. It was sort of pasted on the screen and separated in the high-end version. But yeah, this is like the shrunk down version of what the mid-spec game looked like. So it's pretty interesting. And the size of this screen is even actually smaller than that game I was just playing. So it's also about the processor of the phone and memory and whatever. And not just the screen size. So yeah, there's lots of different versions of the game, but it kind of boils down to 3 releases. What the heck is going on with the face of the Sonic inside that ring? I don't know about that, man. All right. But that was just a demonstration of that. That's gonna be the end of the stream. I've pretty thoroughly shown off the different versions of Sonic Unleashed Mobile you can get, I think. So check them out. A lot of them are backed up on Carvey Break, but you might want to try elsewhere as well for some of those choice versions. If I'd really documented it, I could tell you where I got those other ones because they're all sourced from online repositories. But in a broad sense, I got them through much experimentation and combing through the big archive on archive.org of J2ME games. So I kind of feel bad that I can't point you to where you can play the exact games that I played, but you can play pretty much versions of them on Carvey Break. So I think that's probably good enough unless you want to do your own digging. So yeah, hope you enjoyed that. I was very pleased to play another Rush style game after kind of being a little bit like I said, Rush and Rush Adventure were my favorite, and anything else Dimps made was a step down from that personally for how I like my Sonic games. So this one was kind of a little taste of recapturing that, and that was nice. So thanks for joining me for that, and I'll see you next time. If I don't think of something else to do, or if I do want to move, or unless I want to move on, then I will be playing more Sonic mobile games in the next stream. So see you then. Bye-o.